The Golden Ball goes to the best player of the tournament. That is the theory. In practice, it almost never works that cleanly. The 2026 World Cup Golden Ball was awarded, and the reaction split instantly into two camps. One camp said it was obvious, the other camp has not stopped arguing since. Here is why the wrong player won it. The Golden Ball is voted on by journalists covering the tournament. Not players, not coaches, not data. Journalists watching matches in real time, forming impressions, and voting based on memory and narrative as much as actual performance. This is the first problem. The award is not measuring the best statistical tournament. It is measuring the most memorable one. Memorability and quality are not the same thing. A player who scores one spectacular goal in the final is more memorable than a player who was consistently excellent across 7 matches but never produced a single iconic moment. The voting system rewards narrative. It does not reward consistency the way it should. The player who actually had the best statistical tournament played a different kind of football, less spectacular, more efficient. The kind of performances that win matches without generating highlight reels. More key passes, better defensive contribution, higher win probability added per match according to advanced metrics. None of that shows up in a journalist's memory the way a 30-yard strike in a semifinal does. There is also the recency bias built into how these awards work. The final and the semifinals carry disproportionate weight in voters' minds compared to performances in the group stage or early knockout rounds. A player who was the best player in the tournament for 5 matches and then had a quiet final can lose the award to a player who was good throughout and then has one explosive moment when everyone is watching. This is not new. This has happened at almost every major tournament in football history. The Golden Ball has gone to flashy attacking players over more complete, more consistent performers, more times than it has gotten it right by any objective measure. 2026 continued that pattern rather than breaking it. The player who actually deserved it this year produced numbers that, viewed objectively, separate them clearly from the field. More involvement in goals, better progressive passing numbers, a defensive work rate that most attacking players never bother with, the kind of all-around excellence that wins tournaments but does not always win awards. Because awards are decided by people, and people remember moments more than they remember spreadsheets. None of this takes anything away from the player who actually won. They had a good tournament. Nobody is arguing they were undeserving of recognition. The argument is about who was actually the best, not who had the best highlight package. Awards like this exist to create conversation as much as they exist to recognize excellence. In that sense, the 2026 Golden Ball did exactly what it was supposed to do. Everybody is still talking about it. That conversation does not change the football, though. And if you want to understand the system that actually decided who won the tournament, regardless of who got the individual trophy, that video is already on your screen. Subscribe right now. Do not miss what comes next. You're welcome.